Okay, thank you, Sneh. You can stop sharing the slide. Okay, thank you, Sneh. Good morning, UKZN students and staff. Welcome to the first computer science seminar series for semester 2, hosted by the School of Mathematics, Stats and Computer Science. My name is Leena Rajpal, and I'm the public relations representative for the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. I want to thank you all for joining us today. I would like to mention a few house rules for the program. Firstly, the event is recorded. In terms of complying with the POPIA Act, kindly note that we will use this information from the event for publishing purposes. Should you not want your information to be published for the purposes stated above, kindly send me your concerns to rajpal@ukzn.ac.za. During the course of the event, all attendees will be muted with their videos switched off. If you have any questions during the presentation, kindly post them in the chat box facility where it will be answered. During the Q&A session, the presenter will give you a chance to ask your questions. Please raise your hand so the tech person can allow you to unmute and pose the questions to the presenter. If by any chance attendees interfere with the presentations, please note that we will remove you from the event. Finally, the recording will be emailed to all attendees present and will also be posted on the CAES website, pris.ukzn.ac.za/tech-talks. You'll find the recordings. I would now like to hand over to Dr. Mandla Gwetu, who is the discipline leader from computer science. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leena. Welcome everyone to our first Tech Talk of semester 2. So these are exciting events where we get to partner with our industry experts, get to give you a sneak peek of what it's like in the working world. Now, these Tech Talks are brought to you courtesy of the College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science PR office, and we're grateful for all their assistance. My name is Mandla Gwetu. I'm the academic leader of computer science, and I'll be hosting you for this Tech Talk. But fortunately, I'm not walking alone. We have with us this afternoon some amazing people from Boxfusion. Now, I can tell you up front that these are great people. They've been very keen to link up with you for some time now. They've been generous to us in terms of book prizes. Some of you who've worked hard will be fortunate enough to receive some of those prizes. So thank you so much to Boxfusion for partnering with us, for bringing some of your experts to come and talk to our students. Now they're here to share with you some work opportunities, which is something that I'm sure you'll be excited about. Graduate support programs. They also want to give you a sneak preview of what it's like in the working world of a business analyst, a software developer. They've also come with an alumni of ours, who I'm sure you will relate well with. And that alumni is probably going to give you a good idea of what it's like to transition from being a student to actually being in the working world. So it's great to have alumni with us. And I believe he studied CSIT and then went on to do an honors in IT. So we welcome all our students, whether you're coming from computer science, whether you're coming from information systems or computer engineering, you're all welcome. I encourage you all, to make the most of this opportunity. We've got amazing people who've taken their time to come and speak to you because they find that you are valuable and they want you to come and partner with them. So take out your pens and papers, take notes. You're going to be getting some useful advice here, particularly in terms of opportunities that are available to you. We're going to have a chat box where you can post your questions. And at some point, we'll have a live question and answer section where you'll be able to actually audibly pose your questions. The structure of our Tech Talk today will be as follows. Firstly, we'll hear from HR coming from Boxfusion to share with you some of the opportunities available. Then we'll hear from Boxfusion experts, to share with us some of the insights in terms of the working world. Then we'll hear from our alumni, And then lastly, we'll have a question and answer section. To get us started, ladies and gentlemen, I will hand over to Sivis Pillay from Boxfusion HR. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mandla, for those kind words. And we're quite excited to be here addressing you and your students. So thanks for that opportunity. Sanai, can you maybe share the video, please, just to kick off?
My name is Ian Huve, and I'm one of the co-founders and directors of Boxfusion. And my role is to look after new product creation and innovation and the delivery of bespoke projects. So Boxfusion is a software development company that's been primarily focused on the public sector and creating amazing software to make the lives of citizens better. We've been operating for about 14 years now. So the purpose statement for Boxfusion is to create amazing software that enhances the lives of citizens. So it's very much focused around the public sector, even though we're branching out a bit beyond that, and really using the latest technology to create the most innovative solutions to empower government to make citizens' lives better.
I am Sakile Nkosi. I studied BIS Information Science with the University of Pretoria. I am currently working on SmartGov projects and I'm a business analyst. Well, my journey with Boxfusion from the time I joined, I believe it has been exciting. I joined Boxfusion fresh from varsity, so what I loved most about the company is that over 90% of this company's personnel is young adults. So that made it a lot more easier for me to transition from university to the workplace because I could relate a lot more with the staff members at Boxfusion. Well, my journey with Boxfusion has molded me in becoming better in my job because I didn't have any limitations. I was not only limited to doing specific tasks that only a graduate business analyst can do. However, I found myself doing a lot more tasks that were slightly above a graduate business analyst. So I like that I was given room to go above and beyond. The GDP program has helped me as a graduate because I believe when we first get into the workplace, we all come from different universities and we all have different backgrounds. What I liked most about the graduate program is that it equipped us with values, skills, as well as information that helped to facilitate a healthy working environment. So I believe that having the same set of skills and values instilled on us made the working environment a lot more better and a lot more pleasant to work in.
My name is Lisa Eleanor Machemeza. I studied network system in Boston City campus. I work under project management and my job title is a system support intern. It's quite a funny story how I heard about Boxfusion. Unlike the others, I was braiding a client and she told me about this wonderful company that she worked for. And they were actually open for taking new graduates, and that's how I came about to actually apply for the position. One thing that I love most about my job is that I get to interact with many people, not just clients because I'm a support analyst, but also all around within the company because I support every project. The tips that I have for future graduates that want to join Boxfusion is that they shouldn't be scared to take a leap and join the professional world. Boxfusion is a very creative company and it doesn't limit yourself in terms of who you get to be and how you express yourself.
My name is Senti Mparani. I studied BSc in Computer Science at University of Limpopo. Here at Boxfusion, I'm working under the stream of software development, currently working as a mobile dev. The reason I joined Boxfusion is that back then when I was at varsity, I always had a wish to be part of those teams that provide solutions to other people and also be in a fast-growing company. The most interesting part about Boxfusion is the colleagues here, they are very awesome, and then we help each other with everything, whether it's work-related or non-work-related. And also, when you're here at Boxfusion, you can learn a lot of stuff, including back-end, front-end, and also mobile dev. Being part of a graduate program was a very awesome JD for me. We managed to do front-end development. We had some senior guys who were assisting us with the development process. Then we moved to back-end development. That was the interesting part of my graduate program. Then from there, like, we ended up doing mobile devs. Then a few weeks later, we went to the big projects where we can just get to know people and work with them. That was all in graduate program. A developer is someone who provides a software solution to the country. Like, let me just explain what we do actually. Like, on my end, like, we figure out the problem, then from there we do a technology-based solution in terms of mobile apps or maybe the websites, any other, maybe like we have the backend system which can provide solution to people.
My name is Sivis Pillay. I am the HR manager at Boxfusion. I take care of talent management, training and development, employee wellness, and other areas of HR. So we recruit graduates across various universities in South Africa. We also affiliate ourselves with previously disadvantaged universities, so we're quite proud of that. Shortlisted candidates are put through a rigorous online behavioral and technical assessment. They are then shortlisted, interviewed, recruited on a 12-month fixed-term contract. At Boxfusion, we are passionate about learning, training and development, and continuous learning. And this is cemented by Knowledge Fridays that we have, whereby staff who are subject matter experts basically facilitate training on these topics to the rest of the Boxfusioners. So it's an environment of fun, friendliness, lots of young staff, very vibey, informal, and very hardworking though. So we look for people who are creative, energized, passionate about learning and training, and just have a high value of work ethic. You can check out our website, www.boxfusion.co.za, or drop us a mail if you are interested in joining to careers@boxfusion.co.za.
Boxfusion.
Thank you so much for that. I hope that the grads online have a better understanding of who Boxfusion is and what we're about, and what we're looking for in our grads, because you've heard it directly from our graduates. So now, can you maybe share the presentation, please? All right, next. So like Mandla said, we've actually partnering with UKZN, and we're looking at initiatives like graduate recruitment. But I'd also like to chat to you about other exciting initiatives that we have, like our graduate competition, where you can win your share of awesome prizes. Next. Okay, so we're just going to look at the Boxfusion's graduate program, the grad competition that we hold every year. Then I'm going to speak to you about how you can apply for graduate opportunities, as well as what our future plans are for our grad intake. Next. Next. So as part of our graduate program, we have a soft skills training program, which focuses on behavioral skill sets that's required within the workspace. We also, as part of the soft skills training, just handhold from an HR perspective, the graduates coming into the company, because we do understand that, you know, it is a huge transition coming from university life and then coming into a work environment. So our soft skills training program just helps you with this transition. So it looks at things like, you know, how to communicate within the workspace professionally, what is business etiquette, how do you behave at work, etc. So it's a modular behavioral training program whereby you are taken through this on a monthly basis, and it's virtual training that you are taken through, and we also just build on relationships and support within this program for the grads. There is also a grad technical skills training program, which Phumudzo will also talk to you about later in the slot, whereby you are equipped with the technical skills and get actual hands-on experience, work experience. Next. We have a graduate competition that we hold where you can win your share of 40,000 rands, which is awesome, you know, for a grad. I mean, what can you do with 40K? I'm sure, you know, you will have lots of amazing plans for that. So please, you know, just check out our website for more information. Click on the tab, grad competition. Like I said, it is open every year. It does close around October. And you basically, you know, need to build something that will have a social impact. And that's what we basically look for. And we are screened, we basically screen, you know, the applications, etc. And yeah, who knows, you could win your share of the competition prize. I saw a hand go up. Phumudzo, was it you? Okay, it's fine. You can go to the next slide. Thank you. So how do you actually apply to be part of the grad initiatives? So you can go onto the website, which is www.boxfusion.khoosal, and check out the tab called Graduate Program and get more details there. You can also apply directly online with using the link as shown on your screens. And you can also email us an updated copy of your CV as well as your full transcripts to careers@boxfusion.co.za if you would like to be considered to be a part of the graduate program. In terms of our future intake, we are looking at graduate devs and graduate BAs. So if you are interested in those roles, please do drop us your details and I will be in touch. Yes, we do offer internships as well. Like I've said, we have a structural technical rotational program as well as a behavioral skills program. So at the end of your 12-month period, you will be a fully fledged, well-rounded graduate. And we do offer some handholding as well as form of mentorship, so you will not be alone. Next. Okay, just again, please remember, drop us your details on careers@boxfusion.khoosal. All right, thank you so much for your time, and let's hope we have lots of questions now.
Great. Thank you so much, Sivis, for an amazing introduction to your company. I'm just so excited to hear from so many graduates, you know, coming from the different parts of the country and also coming from the different kinds of IT. We've heard of people that are in project management, people that are in networking, people that are in app development, people that are in systems analysis as well. And to our students, I just want to quote the words that one of the graduates said there. She said, "Don't be afraid to take a leap into the working world." And it's great to host a company like this. You've seen from the presentation, the structure that they have in their graduate program. You will be in safe hands. You've heard from the graduates themselves saying what a wonderful working environment it is, how conducive it is. So this is a great opportunity, and it's also a great time to be in IT. And one of the things that the graduates said as well is that we make software solutions for the country. What an exciting field, to be able to be involved in creating solutions for the country and seeing them go from idea to actual product that is realized. So thank you so much, Boxfusion. And to our students, I'd like to let you know that Boxfusion is serious. I've mentioned this before. They've been wanting to meet you for some time. They're committed. They've even sponsored some of our prizes for book prizes this year, and we are hugely grateful for that. And would like to say to Boxfusion that they've come to the right place. We're proud of our graduates, and we hope that, they will enjoy, the work that some of our capable graduates will contribute to their company. Once again, I'd like to encourage students, please post your questions in the chat box. We'll keep monitoring them, and we'll do our best to work through all of them. Now, in the next part of our Tech Talk series, we're going to hear from the experts from Boxfusion. And once again, this is a proud moment for me, because one of the beauties of being an academic is that you get to meet many people, you get to make a modest contribution to their careers. And it's great to watch them blossom and take on new heights. And today I have the privilege of introducing to you one of my former students from way back. And it's so great to see that he's doing well. Mazi, I'd like to hand over to you just to tell us some more about this wonderful company that you are working for.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gwetu. In fact, I think it's the first time I get to call you that. Back then we used to call you Mr. Gwetu, but definitely you really contributed to my journey. In fact, I think the first line of Java code I ever wrote was in your class. But it's great to see the paths meet like this once again. But guys, thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate. We always do. We like engaging with youth. As you can see, most of our team is very young. In fact, I think I'm considered one of the old souls here at Boxfusion. Most of the guys are very early 20s, mid 20s, which is always good, having that bit of life within the team. So I'm Mazi Muhlari. I am one of the lead developers at Boxfusion. I'm currently heading up or leading the Shesha development. In fact, Phumudzo and Nikhiel, I work very closely with them within the Shesha development. But I'm just going to give you a bit of an overview of, what exactly to expect when you do get into Boxfusion. The products that we build, some maybe even a bit into the reporting structure. I just hope I still have your guys' attention. I know that Sivis mentioned 40,000 Rand. And that might have taken some of your guys' attention, but Phumudzo can tell us all about that. I think Phumudzo won that prize about 2 years ago. I'm sure he can tell us all about how he spent that money and if it's still there. So I'm just going to present something for you. Just give me a second to share my screen. You all able to see my screen? All right, awesome. So Sivis did touch on, we saw a great presentation on who Boxfusion is, and our mission as well was presented to you. But just to summarize, we are a very young company compared to some of our competitors and peers out there. We're heading to about 14 years now, and this just needs to be a bit updated. But traditionally, our client bases consisted mostly of working with the government. So what we do is we take government processes and we try to automate them. So if you had Home Affairs and maybe there's a manual form or some form of manual process that requires a pen, that's where Boxfusion would come in and play. So our actual target is very easy. Wherever you find forms and pens and papers, we try to digitize all of that and streamline it into a process which at least makes people's lives much easier. So that's where most of our value comes from. So I do see questions popping up, but I'm just going to continue and then I'll look at them a bit afterwards there. So, yep, we were at 50 employees. I think this was in 2019 when we did this presentation, but now we are even doubled that. I think we've tripled that now. We're almost heading to about 150 employees, if not more. Sivis can talk to that if you guys are really curious about that. I think even the average age has dropped again after our intake. So 28 years is no longer the average age. I think it's gone down a bit. We are a level 2 BE contributor. I think even this might have even changed. Sivis talked about the flexible and informal work environment. In fact, right now I'm working from home. Traditionally, that's always been an option for Boxfusion, even before COVID. We've always had a very flexible working environment. In fact, our team consists of, I think we've got 4 or 5 different nationalities. In Africa alone, I mean, we've got guys from Zimbabwe. We also have from, I forgot where scholars from Phumudzo can remind me, but we've got also some Europeans as well in our team as well. But most of the team consists core of South African-based developers, and most of them from previously disadvantaged backgrounds. So, we try to be very inclusive. I'm sure most of you have seen in the presentation, we try to represent as well the demographic of our country, but we're not exclusive to that. We are predominantly just, we take on based on merit. So yep, that's that. So as Boxfusion, we've got some great partners in the space. Currently, we partner with Vodacom and MTN. So Vodacom and MTN actually sell our products. Some of you might say, wait, hang on, but I thought Vodacom and MTN sold airtime and telecoms solutions. That's part of their business. Just as a FYI, Vodacom and MTN also sell business solutions. So what they do normally is they don't build in-house. They partner with solution providers like Boxfusion, and they basically sell our products. So they will take a Boxfusion solution, present it to governments and countries and say, look, we've got this particular product that helps to automate, let's say the leave process, and we want to sell it to you. So they sell our products and we build those products there. And likewise, this growth, we're still growing the company, continuing with the growth as well. I'm sorry, I don't know who that's coming from there. I might need to just meet somebody there. Okay, thanks. So I'm just going to go in and touch in a bit in exactly how we impact government. So we've got solutions that target the admin processes for government. All these might seem like big words. I know I've been in your position, guys, and I know that sometimes these things, the jargon and some of these things seem like very big words, but please, I'm very open to explaining these things down to a level where we all understand. Sometimes when you work with these things daily, you can get caught up and forget that, sometimes you're talking to human beings. So please stop me in the chat if you really want to hear a bit more about something. Please do just put it in there. So we have solutions that target admin. In fact, maybe even before I get into this, I just want to give you, in terms of a format of how we present our solutions. Some of you might be aware of, Microsoft Office, how with Microsoft Office, you get a particular product, you download it, you install it onto your machine, you get lifetime updates if you're on the newer versions, or every year you have to basically update if you're on the older versions. That's exactly how Boxfusion sells its solutions. We are off the shelf, meaning that our solutions cater for one particular process. Let's say, for example, leave. If Government comes and says, look, we want to automate leave application for our employees. They get an off-the-shelf solution. We don't build it from scratch for them. We give them an off-the-shelf solution. We do sometimes customize the processes, maybe to do integration or maybe to do some form of processing that we don't support out the box. But that's how we present our solution to governments. And that's why governments love our solution, because over the 14 years, we've learned what works and what does not work in government. And we bring that into this off-the-shelf solution of ours. And this mostly is talking to the government stuff that we deal with. So we do stuff to do with the admin processes. We've got solution for citizens as well. So if you guys have got Android or Apple phones, you can go onto the App Store and search for Boxfusion, and you'll see some of the apps that we build for various governments, various municipalities, and various companies as well. So some of our previous clients include, for example, SAPS, OR Tambo, Etikweni as well, Ekurhuleni. So we've got many various clients, clients. So our citizen solutions normally get consumed via the mobile channel, whereas in our admin is normally desktop and web-based app solutions. In fact, I would have loved to show you a small little demo. We'll see if we've got time for that. And then obviously our e-services. So this is like case management. When people want to report potholes and stuff, most of, in Gauteng, let's say some of the municipalities might be using our solution. So when you go onto any e-service platform where you want to report, let's say, for example, a pothole, it gets routed into maybe a Boxfusion driven solution. So this includes communication channels like WhatsApp, being able to, report via WhatsApp, being able to report via mobile, or even desktop as well. So we build those kind of solutions for government. And then obviously for committees as well, this might be a concept that maybe some of you are not aware of, but sometimes with the government, they have more collaborative processes that require multiple people to be working on particular processes at any given time. And we basically build solutions for that. So I'm sorry for the big words, but I hope it's giving some of you a bit of a picture. If you want a very easy way, something that's tangible to associate with what we do, just go into any app store and just search Boxfusion. You'll get maybe about 10% of the apps that we kind of deal with there. So some of our customers, I don't think at the moment there's any province where we have not delivered any of our solutions. Any province, departments as well, we're quite well known, and we're competing with big guys. I'm sure some of you, already know of the likes of your Accenture, your SAP, as service providers and all of that. We compete in that space. We're not competing with the small players. In fact, most of the times when we are selling our products to government or big organizations, we are basically going head to head with your Microsofts. And this is a team that is, as I said to you, below 30s. We're very young, we're youthful, we're energetic. So, this is a kind of space that you're obviously going to be working in here with your peers, basically. So what type of people do we look for at Boxfusion? We want youthful, energetic. It's a youthful, energetic environment. So we obviously target, youthful, energetic people as well. Come to Boxfusion if you value informality and flexibility over corporate structure. We have been trying to obviously formalize some of our processes, but still we do love flexibility and being informal. I'm sure Phumudzo and Nikhiel, they are probably in their flip-flops, I know I am. That's the kind of environment that we're in, We try to take away all of those bureaucratic, that approach to work, we more concerned about, delivery. Come to Boxfusion if you care deeply about doing excellent work. So you guys might not know what you're doing right now, but at Boxfusion, we want people who take pride in their work, If you want to make an impact, come to Boxfusion. That's because most of our solutions target, the social aspect of South Africa. We're not here to build, solutions that only the top 1% benefit from. We want to build solutions that start at a grassroots level, that impact the most, remote, the most underserved communities, and we really do try to do this. I mean, we've got USSD solutions and reverse build solutions that almost cost the end user nothing to use, So we really pride ourselves in doing work that leaves a very big impact. Come to Boxfusion if you want to learn and develop cutting edge technologies and solutions. So that's another thing that, and in fact, I must give, kudos to most of the youthful people that are joining Boxfusion. We do give a platform. If you're coming in with some skill that you know what our company could benefit from, we love that. I know some of you in your spare time probably do some amazing work with the machine learning, image recognition, and all of that. And you might come in here and feel like, I feel like this type of technology is underrepresented at the company. We have a platform for people to come in, as Sivis mentioned about the Learning Fridays as well. We have a platform for people to come in and showcase the solution, just as we already have existing technologies that we are looking forward to introduce you to. And obviously, come if you are hungry for growth and learning. That's one thing that one can never do. I mean, I haven't been in this space for long. I think it's only about 10 years, but I can tell you one thing is that at Boxfusion, unlike many other companies, you will always be learning something every single day. And we really strive to try and push this, I always say, like a year at Boxfusion is almost equal to 2 years at any other company. Don't come to Boxfusion if you value a big brand over learning. So some people prefer, I want to have that XYZ company name on my LinkedIn profile. If you're expecting to get that from Boxfusion, look, we're getting there, but for us, it's not just a name, we let our solutions do the talking first. And when you do get into the space and you start meeting the kind of people that Boxfusion plays with, you'll realize that the big brands really know who we are. They know that, wherever they're about to falter, we're about to take over. So for us, forget about the name. You come in here, it's more about the work. If you want the regular 9 to 5, look, we do try to have a work-life balance. It's something we're working towards. It hasn't always been traditionally the case. We've always been work, and play. You work hard, you play hard. But we're also trying to have a bit more, be a bit more conscious about, having a much more, more, let me put a much more work-life balanced approach to doing work. Pressure, if you don't like pressure, you will not survive at Boxfusion. I'm sure you guys know the cliche that, diamonds are molded under pressure, that's what we also believe in, that, pressure is what refines you, is what, sands off all those rough edges and ends up bringing up such a crystal clear crystal that, we can present out there to the world. And, with this, we actually are able to showcase some of our colleagues who came through under the most immense pressure. I mean, like the likes of your Phumudzos who are online here came from, the moment they got in here, they jumped on projects like GDE, which I mean is like one of the biggest school admissions platforms. In fact, it is the school admission platform for Gauteng. They came in and they built that from scratch there. So pressure is what actually makes you a very good developer or, contributor. If you want the clear routine and structure in your work day, you probably won't survive here. We tend to be a bit flexible, obviously there is Monday to Friday work schedule, but as some of my colleagues would attest, sometimes you want something flexible. Who knows, maybe you've got a family event in the afternoon, so you want to hit up your manager and say, look, I won't be coming in the morning, but I can make up the hours, from the evening time. That's the kind of environment that we work in. If you want to be handheld, you probably won't survive. We want people who take initiative, people who say, what, give me the work and let me show you what I can do. Those are the kind of people that we target at Boxfusion, Not that, we don't do hand holding. We do obviously guide people in the right direction, but you will need to have a lot of initiative to be at Boxfusion. And I still believe that, anyone can make it at Boxfusion. You just need to have the drive. You know, even though some of these things might seem like they're a bit harsh or might not talk to you, if you've got the drive and the passion for this kind of work that we do, I still believe, you know what, you'll be able to succeed in a company like Boxfusion. So before I go into the questions, you know, in terms of the structure, I just want to give you a bit of, you know, just a quick 2-minute breakdown. I mean, I'm one of, as I mentioned, one of the senior devs here at Boxfusion. We probably have about 3 or 4 other team leads. And I can tell you right now, all our team leads, there's no one that's over the age of 35. Everybody's 35 and below. In fact, I think the youngest team lead we've got is about 26 years old, maybe even 25 years old. And I really don't want to make age a big thing, but I'm talking about age to you guys, just to show you, you know, the kind of company Boxfusion is. We really, really value the moment someone gets out of varsity. We really value your input, and, you know, the view that you have on the world is what we help to shape, you know, our company. So not to leave out the BAs, I know I'm a dev, but yeah, there's a lot of growth here for business analysts. Look, I mean, our business analysts are very, very busy. We have systems that are currently deployed that sometimes need to be respec'd, the requirements need to be redone, but also we've got new solutions that we're working on. In fact, one of the babies I'm working on is called Shesha. And some of you might be aware of what low code is. If you're not, please take a note. But Nikhiel, Phumudzo, and I are working on a solution called Shesha. We want to open source Shesha. What Shesha is a low code platform that allows business to basically create solutions just by drag and drop. It's been done before, but I mean, we want to take on a new angle on it by having it free and open source out there. So the likes of your Nikhiel as well. He hasn't started the coding yet, but he's in fact, I'm a bit of a bottleneck there, but he's started on getting ramped up with Shesha. And what that's going to do is basically allow businesses to drag drop to create apps much quicker. So he's obviously going to be working on the code for that. And then, you know what, I'm leaving out so much. I can talk the whole day, but I feel like, you know what, let me not go on too long. I'm already beginning to waffle. But please, guys, if you've got any questions regarding anything I've said, if anything sounds like gibberish, I am open to explaining and over-explaining anything on the side. I'm really passionate about reaching out to the youth, and I'm passionate about presenting Boxfusion to you. We want you at Boxfusion. I don't know which other companies have already presented to you guys, but guys, trust me, nobody wants you more than Boxfusion. So just keep that in mind when you're also looking at other companies there. Yeah, thank you for the time. And I'll obviously just take note of any questions in the chat box there. And good luck, guys, for anyone who's looking to join Boxfusion. We really look forward to any of you coming this side.
So awesome. Thank you so much, Mazi. What a great presentation. I love the focus of your business, you know, automation. You said wherever there's forms, you know, that's your space, working into admin, working into citizen solutions. The number of employees, you know, tripling in 3 years, average age going down, flexible working hours, inclusive but merit-based. So awesome, and great to hear that you're working into the open source community as well. You know, so to our students, this is a great company to look out for, and I second Mazi's you know, call there to say look out and watch this space. Boxfusion is going places. Next up in our program, we get to hear from one of our alumni, Nikhiel. It's an honor to have you back. I believe you studied CSIT and then went on to do your honors, and then now are in the working world. It's so great to have you back. Please do feel free to come on and share with us some of your experiences.
Hi, thanks for having me. Yeah, so my name is Nikhiel Khoosal. I studied at UKZN in Rajpal, and I'm currently a software engineering graduate at Boxfusion. Sorry, so I just wanted to take you through like the transition from university to work, basically. So at first we started after applying to Boxfusion. we did like coding interviews. So they gave like some challenges, some easy, some hard. And after that, we had like face-to-face interviews because they just want to know you a bit better. And I got my email of acceptance around January, and then I was due to start in February. At first I was feeling like a bit nervous, but I was also excited at the same time because you get to like meet new people and learn new things. So when I got there, everyone was like very friendly, and they were like more than willing to help you. So that actually made me like feel more settled within Boxfusion. And just to take you through some of the things we did, like what we learned. So when we first started, we were using Code Academy to learn. So we were learning languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, and we actually use those languages to apply them to projects. So just to list some projects, we did like a to-do list. So we did that using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We also did a hospital management system that was done using ASP.NET. And we also did a final project. So in my case, I did like a Netflix Chrome application. So, and I found it quite interesting because I actually haven't done something like that before. It also had features like allowing you to browse movies, watch movies, had a description, and things like that. And also, it had admin access, so you could carry out all your CRUD functions there. So you had your create, your update, delete, and so on. And I just want to bring up some challenges you might face. So, when you are going through like learning material, you don't want to like focus on one thing. So, for example, if you like just focus on Code Academy, for example, when you learn things, it will just cover like the basic things. So you would also want to look at other resources like, you get like YouTube and Udemy to like further expand your knowledge, basically. Another thing, guys, you don't have to be like so shy here because like everyone is, more than willing to help you. Because you get like different people that are skilled in different things like back end and front end. So you can always go ask them. It only like hurts you in the long run if you just keep quiet and not say anything. As Phumudzo once said, don't suffer in silence. So yeah, that always helps. And another thing, guys, there's a lot of opportunity to grow here. So in my case, I needed to better my communication skills. So that really helped when I was like presenting to a large group of people. Also, like you present to the boss as well. So you have to be on point and talk clearly and have confidence as well. And also, I feel like, we have like a behavioral program, so that's the GDP program, sorry. So that basically shows you how to behave in the workplace, and it raises your confidence and assertiveness. So that's I think that's it from me, guys. I hope I helped you in some way, and good luck. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nikhiel. What a great presentation, telling us about some of the things to look out for. And from my side, I love your background. There's all sorts of evidence of brainstorming there, just giving us, the idea that it's not just about code, solutions about brainstorming. They rely on a clear thought process, so it's beautiful just for you to get to show guys where you work and tell us as well some of the day-to-day things that you encounter. Well, everyone, we've come to our question and answer segment. I see some of you have already been asking questions. Those questions, some of them have been answered. We can see there, some of you asked, what's a typical good average? You've got a very specific answer there to say your target should be 65 and above. So hopefully that's going to inspire you, to work on your grades, to note that your schoolwork is very important. And just before we go through some of the other questions, I'm just going to challenge us. If you want to ask an audible question, please raise your hand. I'm going to select 3 people. And then in the meantime, I'm going to give us some of our experts just the opportunity just to pick some of the questions in the chat box and, address those that are outstanding. Do we have any takers for audible questions? Yes.
Apologies, Mandla.
Go for it, Sivis.
We have one more speaker, Phumudzo.
Yes, my apologies. So looking forward to hearing from you. I was looking forward to you talking with Mazi there, but
no, I think I might have stolen his chunk. I'm sorry about that. And he's got the cheat code, by the way. I think this is what is critical for them.
We need to hear this. Go for it, Phumudzo.
Okay, hi guys. Just tell me if you can see my screen for now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, but it's presenting you at the moment.
Oh God. So I'm gonna just move away from the big screen. I was sharing using the HDMI.
All right.
Let's try and share. So I didn't know that I was gonna present with the screen, but yeah, now I think it's necessary that I show some of the stuff that we do. Yeah.
I think you need to share again.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm looking for the meeting. I have too many tabs open. My apologies then. Zoom meeting. Zoom meeting. Okay, cool. I'm back. Then I can share entire screen. Yeah, I'm sure now you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, my name is Nthangeni Phumudzo. I was also one of the graduates. I think I was one of the first group that got in here using the graduate program in 2020. So by the time that I got here, we didn't have like real much structure on the graduate program. So when I got here, we just trained for like a few months. Then within those few months, we were thrown into projects. So after that, and then I thought maybe some of you don't have to go through that same struggle that I went through. Then on the following group in 2021, I started taking the other grads through necessary steps that you have to take for them to be like sufficient to start on the project. So in these slides, I'm gonna be showing you guys a rough sketch of how our program flows from the day you come in here until we throw you into a project. But we don't like leave you there. We continue to support you after that. But let me try and find that now so that I can show you how we. Okay, cool. Mazi, can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool. So this year we decided that we're gonna document whatever that we do each week. So basically this will be more like for 2023, it's gonna be the same structure but more refined. Like what Nikhiel was elaborating on, this is more of that, just with more documented side of it. So in the first week, the graduate will be learning HTML just to ease their emotions, that they don't feel like that pressure, because just HTML and CSS on the first week. That we use Code Academy so that they can learn online on their own, and then they can ask questions if they have any. So during most of the time, I'll be around in the office to take any of those questions because I usually work with front end most of the time. So first week is HTML and CSS mostly using Code Academy. And then we expect you to finish that on that week usually, so that we, like Mazi said, this high pressure space is not just 9 to 5. We expect you to finish from when you leave the office. We don't expect you to just go and sleep. We're just assuming that everyone is hardworking. So second week, you're gonna, after learning your HTML, we know that you have to incorporate it with JavaScript so that it become more dynamic. So you again take a course in JavaScript using Code Academy. And because JavaScript is a bit long, we're gonna take at least 2 weeks in doing that. And then again, you can also use Udemy. We pay for those courses so that you can learn more on other sites too. Then on the 3rd week, after learning your HTML and JavaScript now, you can then start toying around with your knowledge of HTML and JavaScript. So then you can do a sort of to-do list. It's not your basic to-do list, it's sort of complex. So on this one, I did provide them with a Node.js backend so that they can actually save the data of their to-do list. So because I assume that most people didn't have the backend background, so I provided that for them, then they just have to focus on the front side of it. Then on the 4th week, so 4th week again, after doing your project, you just don't do the project and stay with it. We expect you to present it. So like Nikhiel said, you have to present this to the boss and likes of Mazi too. So then this was the actually mock-up that I wrote roughly. So then each of them did present their to-do list that they did with HTML and CSS and JavaScript on the 4th week. Then after that, we don't stop there. On the 5th week, we then started another project that was more intense, just building on to-do list, which was a survey that was more dynamic. A user can actually create a new survey with a new structure, depending on what you want. And then you can actually go and see the statistic of that survey using a dashboard of some sort. You can see here, this was the rough idea that a survey should have this form that someone's going to take a survey, then the admin can see the statistic of that survey using in that nature. So you can see that we actually have a due date. We just don't start and then don't have a stop date or due date. So actually do projects. So that was the second project based on HTML and JavaScript, just to make sure that you have that knowledge, that we are sure you can move around with those ideas. Then the week 6 here, we then left the front end side of it and then started on C#. And then we're again using Code Academy. Then you can see the timelines there. Then it started on the 25th of March. And then during these sessions, I always invite our other senior devs to come in and assist. So it's not just me. I won't assume I know it all, or I assume that other people can explain other topic better. So I invite occasionally other devs to come in and assist in different topics. Even on those JavaScript one, when other dev come in the office, you can always ask them. So here it was week 6, where they were learning C# using Code Academy, and then Cesar, one of our senior SQL developer, was there to assist with those SQL questions this other day. Then week 7, we continue learning C#. Then Tibo came in again, our senior dev, and then who worked primarily on backend. He was there just taking questions, assuming that everyone took part in the C# learning. Then I was assuming that everyone was stimulated, like they are now confused in that area. Then Tibo was just there to clarify that on week 7. Then week 8, we went on and started learning on .NET Core. Then we went on using another platform called Pluralsight, hoping to clarify some of the C# knowledge that we learned previously. Then week 9, we started now on ASP.NET boilerplate, which our Shesha that Mazi was talking about is built on, just to exercise your C# knowledge and your .NET Core knowledge, because ASP.NET boilerplate takes some heavy lifting from your typical .NET coding there. So they were using that. Then this week, I invited Maseru to come and give a brief explanation on that and how the boilerplate thing works. And then during the same week, we introduced something called coding friend or peer-to-peer something, so that you pair with one of your grad, so that you are more accountable. So that when you go home, you plan with your coding friend what you're gonna do the next day. And then if your friend doesn't do such stuff, you're gonna question them, why didn't you do this part? And then it's not just about accountability, it's just learning from each other. We encourage teamwork and learning from each other. So then week 10, we continue on our ASP.NET boilerplate. And then there was some confusion among the grads. Then Kuzai came in and explained further on the boilerplate on that week. And then you can see we've already now next year we're gonna be having like material. We have a video already here. We recorded that session, so we don't have to call Khoosal again, but we might call him again if there are still questions from this video. Then on week 11, we got our other senior developer called Huleng, who was now explaining how do you go about doing domain model design, so that for their next upcoming project called Hospital Management System. On this one, the aim was to cement the knowledge of C# and ASP.NET using this project. And then you can see some of the tools used there, Draw.io and Gig, something like that. Then on week 12, we continue. This was called final week of learning ASP.NET boilerplate, because we can't just learn forever. So after this was decided that it's going to be a final week of learning ASP.NET boilerplate, on this week 13, we jump back to the front end, assuming that everyone learned the JavaScript and HTML. Then in the company here, we use React.js as our favorite framework. So our front end is based on React, hence people started learning React.js. Then from here, you can see these are rough timelines that we're expecting them to complete each topic, and then with some project going forward, but you're going to see them in the next week here. On week 14, so okay, going back here, so the board that we are seeing here, this is the actual board that the grads come before every day at 9 o'clock to give feedback on what they did the previous day and what's the plan for the next day. Hence, you see some timelines there. Then week 14, we started learning another framework. This is the framework for React called Next.js, as the one that we use again in the company. So whatever material we're learning is what we're going to use in the actual project going forward. Then week 14, we were learning Next.js. Then week 15, we started learning TypeScript and state management. TypeScript is just React that is typed. So again, TypeScript is something that we use in the company. And then this week we were learning it with state management on the React side. Then week 16, we're now starting to implement the knowledge of React.js and Next.js and TypeScript on the final project. So let me hide this. Then, so which means this one we started on the project, implementing those. Week 17, then they were done with the project. And then let's see. Then, which means week 18, they were busy presenting the final project. So then they were, so on the final project, they were showing off their skill on HTML and CSS, JavaScript, React, Next, TypeScript, ASP.NET Core, ASP.NET Boilerplate, and SQL. So within 18 weeks, you should be able to fluently, or at least prove somehow sufficient writing in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and React, Next, TypeScript, and ASP.NET Core, and some knowledge of SQL. So if I can show you, I think I have some photos here on the download. Let's hope they're still there. So if you can still see my screen. So this is our, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So on our final project, they presented, so each of them chose their own topic, and then they just used the technology that we taught them. So this is our top 4 on that project. So that's on this side is Umlimo, and then followed by Nkosinathi, then Wellington, and then Admire. So Umlimo came first, then she won herself a Xiaomi smart speaker with Nkosinathi, and then Wellington walk away with some cool headsets to listen on music when they're programming, and then Admire won a nice Logic keyboard there. Even on our first project, Umlimo came first, there was a prize too. So we try to motivate people with some prizes as we go along on those projects. Yeah, I think that's much of it on my side. So any question?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Phumudzo. It's exciting to hear what, a jam-packed 5 months you've got in store for graduates.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's great for our students just to know what to expect, and also just to see how, the academic side is aligned to what you guys are doing. To everyone, We are 1:04 right now. I'm aware some of you have got lectures to go on to. So please feel free, if you've got lectures to go through, to say goodbye right now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to allow our experts from Boxfusion just perhaps to each answer one question that they feel is burning to them that they'd like to address. And also perhaps if they can just, maybe Sivis, you can give us some contact detail that in case people have got questions that they would like to air here, that they're not able to actually do so, how can they get more information and get in touch? So perhaps if I can hand over to Sivis right now, if there's any question that you feel perhaps is very important for you to address before we say goodbye to our listeners.
Okay, thank you so much, Mandla. Right, so I've actually addressed all the questions. There's a lot of interest regarding the graduate competition. I did advise that it is not opened as yet. However, I've arranged with Leena that as soon as it does open, I will reach out to her and she will let your students know. So yes, you can apply for it individually or as a group. However, if you apply for it as a group, then the 40K will be split equally amongst the team members. Okay. Then just in terms of some contact information, if you do have any questions, please just send an email to careers@boxfusion.co.za. In your subject heading, just write, computer science, UKZN, then I know where the query is coming from. And I can also just reach out to Leena if I need more information.
Can I ask one question, just one last question before you go?
Yes, sure.
The competition, this thing that we were building, is it like an app? Is it a website? Is it what exactly is it?
So it's an app, and you also will be required to, as part of this project, so it's not something that we want theoretical, it's something usable. So you need to also shoot a short video in terms of how, and take us through how the actual app works. So we want a working app. We don't want theory. We want something that has a social impact on the community, something that will help the community as well. That is very important, as that's the minimum requirement. Does that answer your question?
I hope you're sorted, Amgelani. Thank you so much, Sivis. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I'm fine. Is there anything else that the students would like to know whilst we are all online?
Hi, students. Perhaps we can just take one more audible question. Well done to Amgelani there. Please feel free to raise your hand. It's a good time to show your leadership skills, your confidence, and set yourself apart from the other 90 students that are here. Perhaps you'll get noticed. Right, the silence is holding. Hold on, I saw one hand.
Oh
there.
no, there's a hand.
Please feel free to go for it.
Yes, good afternoon. Well, firstly, I wanted to find out, I'm still an undergrad at UKZN, but on the part-time basis, I've done, I think, most of the things which have been presented, for instance, like HTML and CSS and JavaScript for the basis of building a website. And just this year, in the past 6 months, I've done Python, SQL, and machine learning. So I wanted to find out if I've got a transcript and an NQF level SETA certificate, can that also be a minimum requirement for the graduate program?
I think Sivis can, I'll just elaborate on that. Look, I mean, it's, if you're currently studying, I'd always say, the studies should always come first. I made the biggest mistake of my life by in my third and final year, I decided to start working and I never finished my degree. But what we can do and what we do, by the way, is we do look at any type of submissions on just an ad hoc level. Meaning if you are interested in a relationship with Boxfusion, I would be willing to look at any code that you've got, but I would please beg anybody that is thinking of leaving their studies to think twice about it. Your studies are very important. This Boxfusion opportunity is a great one, but opportunities always come, you know. I would always encourage you to finish off your studies, but I am willing. I mean, you've got the email there. Shoot an email. You know, I'm willing to look at it. Sivis can forward it to me. Can look at any of your code, but we're not pulling anyone out of school. I would really discourage anyone from jumping at this, at the sacrificing their school.
No, basically it's not for that. It's just that I don't remember well the presentation based on Phumudzo, but they mentioned something about an app for Netflix, and I was recently involved in a project which was building a recommendation system for Netflix, which works in the background of choosing movies which you're gonna work for.
Oh,
and
I see. No, send me your portfolio. I'm willing to look at it, and I can look if it's really that amazing. I can share it within the team as well. And I mean, look, it's always good to have someone on standby that we can always pick at. But definitely, please send me your portfolio via the email there. You'll just say to Sivis that it's for Mazi or something.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mazi, for such awesome advice. The hands are only starting to go up now. Friends, I'm just going to say these are the last two hands that we'll take because we want to respect our time. So Amgelani, you can go first. Perhaps you want to pick up from where you left off. Then Mpolisi Mandla will be our last question poser.
Yes, I have just two questions, very simple questions. The first one is, when is the competition opening, since they say it's not open yet? And then the second one says, since it's an app, on the presentation one, will we be allowed to also launch that app on like Play Store and all other platforms? So the first one says, when is the competition opening? And then once we make the app, will we be allowed to deploy it on all platforms such as App Store, Play Store, and all that?
So the competition will be opening towards the end of September. And, you know, like all competitions, there's T's and C's. So there's a whole lengthy document. Once you do create that app, then you just need to be mindful that at that stage, it should not be distributed on all platforms, no.
Awesome. Mazi, I'm not sure if you got the second part. You had a technical question there.
I'm sorry, I was responding to one of the questions in the chat there. Are you able to just give me a summary, sorry, of the
right,
second part of the question? Sorry, Amgelani.
Do you want to come back?
So I heard the one about the time, about asking about the time, and then
perhaps
you're on mute there, Amgelani. I don't know if you're still there with us.
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The second part of your question, are you able to just quickly shoot? Sorry, man.
You want me to?
Yeah, just the second part. So the time, I think Sivis answered when it's going to be open, but I was responding to one of the questions in the chat there. If you can just ask that again, the second part of your question.
The first part was like, when is the competition opening, and the second one was, will we be allowed to deploy the app on our own personal platforms? Because we have our own accounts, developer account.
All right, I did get that. In fact, I think Sivis also touched on it. Look, with these kind of things, when it comes to IP and all of that, to be honest with you, I don't think the project that you're going to be given is going to be Boxfusion specific. So if you do have aspirations to deploy it, I don't think, I mean, I think Phumudzo, last time you guys were able to deploy it, but I mean, it's going to be a showcase project anyway. So look, I don't think we're going to limit anybody from deploying their work onto the App Store. But I would say, you know, because it's a competition, it's your IP, don't bring your best idea that's going to change the world and get it complicated with a project like this, you know. I think also the requirements will be a bit restricting. So yeah, but to answer your question, I don't think there'll be issue deploying it on the App Store.
Awesome, thank you for that advice.
Yeah.
Policy?
Mazi.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, you can continue, Amukelani.
Mazi, I was also wondering if, like, can I also send you my portfolio as the first guy who had like those impressive skills and stuff? I also happen to have those impressive skills, so I was wondering if I can be able to send you my portfolio as well. So,
please, I think the email that
I will really use the portfolio.
Yeah, I think the email that Sivis sent out, if you guys can just tag, you know, maybe just direct it to me there, then I'll look at any projects.
Where's the email?
It's in the chat.
Yeah, just look at
careers at
it's in the chat.
boxfusion.co.za. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone. I think Policy's hand is down. So I'd like to take this opportunity just to thank everyone for coming through to our Tech Talk. Thank you know, the PR office, you know, for facilitating all of this. Huge thank you to Boxfusion. Thank you, Sivis. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you, Nikhiel. Thank you, Phumudzo, for coming through, sharing the opportunities that you have with our students and sharing of your knowledge as well. And a big thank you for us for your generosity, not just in book prices, but also in terms of giving our students opportunities, you know, while they're at work, and also employment opportunities. Thank you to our students for being involved and, you know, taking initiative, taking hold, you know, of ownership of your future. And I wish you all the best, and I recommend Boxfusion, you know, as a very good employer, and look forward to more partnerships with them. We have contact details that have been posted to us here in case you didn't get a chance to ask your question. The email address has been shared with us once again. So ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of our Tech Talk. Thank you so much. Please watch this space for more Tech Talks. We would like to continue to assist you while you're with us at UKZN. Have a good afternoon, everyone, and goodbye.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, guys. Thank you very much.